Without a doubt, when it comes to games, there are plenty of anticipated releases from every corner of the industry. Of these aforementioned corners, one of the more interesting genres to talk about is the multiplayer space, since developers have to deal with many more hoops and roadblocks to make it work. Gamers tend to be extremely critical of multiplayer games because it's so easy to get it wrong. So how about we get this list started with the top 10 upcoming multiplayer games of 2024. Number 10. Destiny 2: The Final Shape. Let's start things off with a bang, shall we? It comes as no surprise that Destiny 2 has something of a colorful history with the gaming masses. For every great triumph this game has made over the years, Bungie always seems to make equally impressive blunders. That said, they've stated that The Final Shape is, well, shaping up to be the penultimate expansion for the controversial series. While I haven't touched Destiny 2 in a hot minute, even I have to admit that there's something different about this DLC. Love it or hate it, Bungie seems to be pulling out all the stops, and I'm all for it. You can expect the potentially thrilling conclusion to the Light and Darkness saga in June of 2024. Number 9. Level 0. I want to make this list as interesting as possible, so now that Destiny 2's out of the way, let's switch gears and talk about a unique asymmetric survival horror PvP game called Level 0. Yeah, I know, that's a mouthful. There are two teams in this game, scientists trying to repair electrical systems in an attempt to escape, and some very freaky looking monsters. It's an asymmetric PvP game, so the players get to experience both sides. The interesting thing here is that the scientists' weapons are all focused on light. That means, as a monster, darkness is your best friend. This is one multiplayer game that's set to really make waves when it releases sometime in 2024. Number 8. Outpost: Infinity Zero. Let's switch gears yet again and look into a game I'm honestly pretty excited to play. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the term tower defense? You've probably already got a few games in mind, but how about a first-person real-time strategy tower defense with mechs and insane waves of enemy after enemy? Oh, and co-op as well. It's a lot to take in, but this game, set to release in February of 2024, is shaping up to be quite the experience. Just the footage alone makes me want to hop in there with friends and have the time of my life. Hold the line at all costs. Number 7. The First Descendant. You know, there's a lot more buzz around this game than I was expecting. When I heard of The First Descendant and its publisher, Nexon, I kind of expected it to be bland. However, it's starting to grow on me, and I'm honestly excited about the gameplay. The First Descendant is a co-op action RPG where you and a team of 3 other players experience thrilling boss fights, taking your foes down in a hail of bullets. Honestly, it sounds like nothing new, but why fix what isn't broken? Maybe it's the focus on loot and this very particular gameplay loop, but I can probably see myself spending hour after hour playing with buddies, telling myself just one more game. It helps that the game is no slouch graphics-wise also. While there's no precise release date, it's promised to arrive in summer 2024. Number 6. Arc Raiders. Here's another game that's caught my attention. Alongside being one of the most anticipated multiplayer games set to release in 2024, it's similar to The First Descendant, where it feels like it's not treading new ground, but there's just something alluring about the whole thing. Arc Raiders is considered a PvPvE game. In a nutshell, you're battling against both players and AI-controlled enemies, specifically mechanized robots called the Ark. They honestly look pretty freaky, but the fact that you're in direct competition with other players means there's plenty of potential for some multiplayer mayhem. I, for one, am looking forward to playing this game in early 2024. Number 5. The Quinfall. We've talked about all manner of games so far. How about an MMO that's looking to break some gaming records? The Quinfall boasts the largest MMO world so far, with a massive area size of 2,016 square kilometers. This whopping MMO space is separated into 5 regions, and you get to experience all sorts of weather conditions and a day and night cycle to boot. Outside of that, you have pretty much everything you could want from an MMO. You've got great graphics, awesome looking attacks, a medieval aesthetic, and so much more. Even better, it's set to release in January of 2024, so you won't have to wait too long to get your hands on this gigantic game. Number 4, PAX Day. Now, I know we were talking about great graphics with regard to the Quinfall, but they're working with a pretty huge map, so forgive the game for not looking nearly as good as PAX Day, the next game on this list. If you don't believe me, have a look at the trailer. PAX Day honestly looks stunning. For all intents and purposes, the game's medieval fantasy theme doesn't really set it apart from most other MMOs, but you really have to give Mainframe Industries props for creating something as breathtaking as PAX Day. As a sandbox MMO, you can expect plenty of things to do, and an adventure that you forge yourself. It's expected to be released in 2024, but there's no exact date yet. Number 3, Chrono Odyssey. Did that PAX Day footage blow your mind? Well, pick that jaw up off the floor and hold it in place, because this next game is pretty much the other side of the coin. Chrono Odyssey offers exciting real-time MMO events where large groups of players can team up. But just like PAX Day, the game's true hook lies in its visual fidelity. As the title implies, the mechanics of the game have to do with manipulating time in one way or another, adding a unique element to the tried and tested fantasy trope. PAX Day is looking to be a groundbreaking title, but Chrono Odyssey looks every bit as good, while simultaneously having an early 2024 release date. I'm excited for both games, but let me tell you, Chrono Odyssey is a hard game to beat as far as anticipated titles go. Number 2, Dune Awakening. Here's yet another title I'm super excited about, but there's a little caveat. While I said this is a list of the most anticipated multiplayer games of 2024, there's no set release date for Dune Awakening. Instead, we have speculation that open beta testing should arrive in early 2024. People are so excited about this game that they're anticipating its open beta. So yeah, you can definitely see it as one of the most anticipated games of 2024. The thing is, there are hardly any games centered around Dune, at least as far as modern releases go. That alone is more than enough reason to be excited to journey through Arrakis. It's pretty much touted as a survival game with some social aspects, making it a pretty unique open-world MMO. Number 1, Ark 2. Have you ever played Ark Survival Evolved? If your answer is yes, then it's pretty obvious why Ark 2 is at number 1. Well, aside from Vin Diesel being in it, there's a lot of speculation surrounding this game because fans of the original can't wait to play it. Now, if you're looking for a fantastic story, I don't think Ark 2 is going to have anything too groundbreaking for you, but that's par for the course as far as survival games go. What the developers can promise, however, is a true survival experience. I mean, come on, you get to shoot guns and ride dinosaurs. That's well worth the price of admission right there. And you'll find me trying to tame the biggest T-Rex I can find in 2024. So yeah, I did what I could to collect the best of the best, but there are so many more amazing multiplayer games coming out in 2024, so expect the unexpected when the new year comes knocking. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.